realized my best friend hated me the entire time we were friends. And we were friends for 5 years. Part 1. Okay, y'all, so this was my girl. I had ended up meeting her through a mutual friend, and we just clicked. Like, we were really, really cool. That was my girl. And I don't know, we just developed a friendship over time. We would literally hang out all the time. I would literally go to her house every day. I would see her every day. We developed a whole relationship. I knew her mom like the back of my hand. She knew my mom. Like, we were locked in. I would say everything was pretty cool. Like for the 5th year is when we stopped being friends. But them 4 years, the 4 years leading up to the 5th year, I feel like it was pretty cool. Now, I did notice some things about her that I didn't like, but that was my best friend. And one thing about me, I'm super loyal. So I'm not going to stop being friends with somebody when I lock in with them. If, I don't know, like back then, my love was just real deep. So it took a lot for me to stop loving you when I already started. Now, I will say, I want to go ahead and point out that there's some things that this girl didn't like about me that she used to like publicly express to me when we got into an argument or something. And it was that she thought I was bougie. For some reason, she always made bougie comments like, oh, girl, you bougie, or da-da-da-da bougie. And I used to just be like, girl, I am not that bougie, but even if I was, like, do you, like, what's to you? But anyways, even though she would make weird comments like that, we were still very much best friends, and we had each other back, like, for real. If anything happened, we were there for each other. Like, we didn't play about each other. So this is when things started to get strange. So I noticed that she started getting really cool with this other girl. She started developing a real good friendship with somebody outside of me, which I don't care. I'm not a jealous friend. Like, if you got other friends, that's fine. We're not in a relationship romantically, so I don't care. If you got other friends, cool. But you know how you can tell when you meet somebody, you can tell that they already have like a preconceived perception of you before you actually get to know them, and based off of what the person they already know has told them. That's the kind of vibes I was getting. I was feeling like she was getting to know me on one tip, and then also she kind of already had something in the back of her head about me, which I had no idea what it was. And me and my best friend was really cool. Like, we was like this. We was real tight, but then we still had differences about each other that weren't quite like cohesive. Like, I still had my own mind at the end of the day, even though I was a sucker. Like, I gave people too much grace and too much love. Even though I let her get away with a lot of stuff, I still had my own mind, and there was certain stuff I just wasn't doing. So, and I think that's something that she didn't like too. I feel like she was a control freak. Like, if you didn't do exactly what she was doing, she would think that you thought you were better than her, which was weird to me, because it's like, no, girl, I just have my own mind. I don't think there's nothing wrong with what you're doing. If that's what you want to do, I'm going to still be your best friend. I'm going to still be here for you, but that doesn't mean that I have to do what you want me to do. So this particular friend that she started getting close to, they were more similar in like other aspects. Like, for example, I ain't gonna lie, she was a party girl. Like, she used to be outside, she liked to party or whatever. And I'm not finna sit here and act like I was no saint. Like, I partied too, but there was certain stuff I wasn't doing. And no tea, no shade. I didn't even never judge nobody for certain stuff. Because when I went to high school, there was some stuff. It wasn't just, there was a lot of people that was doing a lot of stuff, but I had my boundaries of what I was and what I was not doing, because I knew myself, and that's just what it was. I never judged nobody for what they did, what they chose to do, but I knew what I wasn't doing. So anyway, it started to get to a point where you can tell she would kind of prefer to be with this girl instead of us. So I feel like our relationship started dwindling down a little bit. And also around this time, I started hearing some things. So I'm gonna just tell y'all what I heard. So I had another girl that we were actually mutual friends with. She was no longer her friend, and we weren't really that close, but we were close enough for her to like confide in me and tell me something that she had to tell me. And she told me that she heard, or she knows, that my best friend has been talking about me behind my back, like saying bad things. I don't even know what things were said. I'm gonna get to that, but I just know that some bad intentions and some bad things were being said about me. And yeah. Oh yeah, and I just thought about it, and I just want to make this quick point. It just kind of came back to me. The reason why she was probably calling me bougie was because I wasn't doing certain stuff that she was doing. That's probably where that bougie comment kept coming from. So anyways, like I said, y'all, I used to be passive aggressive when I was younger. Like I did not. I would take a lot, take a lot, take a lot, take a lot, and not say nothing. Now, I'm not saying I didn't feel no type of way about it. I just want to speak on it because I didn't like confrontation. I had dealt with a lot of confrontation in my younger years, and I just didn't like it. And I definitely didn't want to deal with confrontation with somebody that I love so much, that I had already, developed a trust for. So I'm not gonna lie, I didn't end up telling her what I heard. I just kind of let it roll off the shoulder. And also, I be feeling like people be trying to be messy too. Like I thought it may have been a situation where the girl that told me that information was being messy because she wasn't friends with her anymore. So I'm like, I don't know. Like, this is my best friend. Like, we still locked. Like, I don't know if she'll be talking about me. Like, I didn't believe it. Yes, I saw weird stuff going on, but I also just know that that's her. Y'all know when y'all best friends with somebody, you just know their personality. And you're just like, whatever. But I definitely was writing stuff off, but I didn't believe that she was full blown talking crap about me. Like I didn't believe that, or at least I didn't want to believe that. Cause so anyways, I just didn't say anything to her about it. I just kind of let it roll off the shoulder. So I was like, whatever. Like, but I did keep it in the back of my mind, as anybody should. I was just like, that's when my antenna started going up. Like, all right, maybe you should start paying a little bit more attention to this friendship because something's going on. Some weird stuff is going on. So I'm not gonna lie, I left an important fact out, and I didn't want to talk about it because this whole thing was just like, I just can't believe that it happened. But also, it was a clear indication on what kind of character I was dealing with when it came to her, and I ignored that too. So I'm just telling y'all what it was. So before she started getting really close, remember how I said she had already met a girl that she was getting close to? When she started getting into the preference phase, like she would rather be with the other girl than me, it was because of one thing. I felt like that it was because of one thing, and she made me feel bad about it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. So she, like I said, this girl would like to be outside a lot, and I had a job, and I was working a lot. I've been working since I was 16. I was working a lot. Like, I always was at work. I would turn up too and have a good time too, and drink too, and have, I was being young. But I had a job, and I made sure I wasn't putting nothing over my money at the time, because I always been that. But this girl, I would know, my best friend, I would notice like she would quit her jobs or leave her jobs hanging or like neglect her responsibilities to go and have a good time, and I just wasn't on that. So one time she came to me and she told me, y'all could tell me if I was wrong for this or not, because I don't know. Still to this day, I don't know. She came to me and she asked me to take care of her light bill. And I told her no, because I was like, you've been going outside, you've been neglecting your work, you just had a job, you just quit, for no reason. Why should I pay for your bill when you're not taking care of your responsibilities? And that's just real. Like, I would go through periods of times where I would be a pushover for her and I would do what she wanted me to do, but there was times where I was standing on business like, no, this ain't right. Like, and what I look like what am I to you? And lo and behold, when I started saying no to her, her energy shifted towards me. And it was just kind of like she treated me kind of like I didn't really I didn't really love her. I didn't really mess with her for real, because I didn't come through on his favor, which is very narcissistic and manipulating. But y'all let me know if I was wrong for that, because it's like, no girl, like, go to work. Like, I'm your best friend. I got you. If you really needed it, if you've been working, you needed the bread, I got you, because she know I have a giving heart, or she wouldn't have been asking me in the first place. But like, don't take advantage of me. So I started peeping, like God started opening my eyes, like this girl might be taking advantage of me. But come for part 2, y'all. Story time on when I realized my best friend hated me the entire time we were friends, part 2. So yeah, I left off on when she wanted me to pay her bill and she got mad at me when I didn't, and I'm just like, yeah. So that whole thing happened. That's when she started really, really hanging out with the other girl more than me. And so stuff started getting real bad, y'all, in our friendship. I feel like she was just at her all-time rude as hell to me. Like, like, the stuff that she would do and say sometimes when she got upset was crazy and unacceptable. But like I said, y'all, I'm like really, I be loyal to the soil, too dang loyal to the soil, that I allow a lot of stuff. And this is when young Jada was like getting into makeup. So I was starting to do my own makeup when I was like, I started really liking makeup. I think I was like 17, 18. That's when I started really, really, really getting into makeup. And I used to go to her and I used to tell her like, friend, you know, like, I want to be a makeup artist. Like, I want to do makeup. And she would say stuff like, oh, I don't need makeup. Oh, I don't have to wear that. And why you got all that makeup on? And like, she would just be like, starting to be just mean to me, like rude to me. And it really, mind you, this is 5 years of us being friends. This is 5 years in. She started being real ugly towards me and saying hating. So I'm not cussing, y'all. That's, I'm intentionally not cussing. So yeah, but she would just say hating stuff towards me, and I'll just be like, I would let it roll off the shoulder. Like I said, I was being passive, but stuff was piling up and building up. So yeah, time was just going on, and I realized that she was just really becoming so rude, so ugly, so nasty towards me. Like, the love was no longer there. Like, she just didn't like me. Like, it was just at the point where I really just don't think she liked me. So yeah, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, at this point I'm starting to be hurt. I'm starting to get hurt, like, because it's starting to sink in, like, okay, y'all are about to like no longer have a friendship. Like, she obviously is switching energy towards you. Like, it's pretty much gonna be wrapped. So that started to really, really hurt my feelings, because like I said, this was my girl. And also I let it go on for so long because there was periods of time, you know, like any textbook narcissist, they would come through and be like, show you that they really care about you and they really love you at times, and then they'll also do terrible things towards you. So you don't know, like, if you're in a space where you can't differentiate the two, you're gonna hold on longer than you should. And that's what was happening. Like, there was time periods where she really showed up and showed me that she was a friend to me. Like, she actually really loved me. But then there was times that she showed me like very unacceptable stuff, just like just like she did when she was not supporting me, saying hating stuff. First of all, the bougie comments would have been it, because it's just like, so you basically saying you don't like my personality. You basically saying like, you don't like my personality. That's basically what you're saying. And also, you know, when you just will get the shirt off your back for somebody, like, I had that kind of love for her. So it was really, really hard to accept, like, y'all, Jada, you gotta wake up. Like, you gotta let this go. But I still did it, y'all. I still was friends. I still was letting stuff roll off the shoulder. I still was, you know, sticking beside her. But this is when we're getting to a point now. This is when I finally realized that everything that was happening was true. Everything I was hearing was true. And this is when I finally figured out her character. Let me tell you what happened. Okay, so one night we're on the way to her house. I had a car, so we were in my car. So we were on the way to her house. She was into it with her mom really bad. So they were arguing really, really bad. And but she had to stop by the house to get something, because we were going to another friend's house after. So we stopped by, but when we stopped by and we walked inside, she into it with her mama bad. Like, they going back and forth. They arguing really, really bad. They into it. And I was starting to feel uncomfortable. I'm like, maybe I should go sit in the car. But honestly, this stuff happened so fast. Like, so as they were getting into it, we're about to leave. Now she's like, oh yeah, let's go, Jen. Let's just go. Let's go. We out of here. We finna go. We leaving. Then why her mama come out and say this, y'all? Her mama said, while we was on the way out the door, she said, I don't even know why you're with Jada, because you talk about her like a dog. You don't even like her. Oh, really? So first of all, it was one thing to hear it from a rando girl, or one thing to peep energy that I didn't know, conspiracies. But coming from your mama, come on now, girl. Y'all, this hurt me to the core. I was so hurt when I heard that, because it was confirmation of everything that's been going on. And it was just like, that was undeniable proof. And I had already been telling God, like, God, I know, I see signs. Y'all, you know this is my best friend. You know how much I love her. I am not going to leave her alone until you show me a clear indication that this girl is not for me. And he did. The best indication, because it's coming straight from your mother. From your mama mouth. Y'all, I can't believe this. This was insane. And let me tell you what happened. So after she said that, after the mama said that, the girl she was rushing out. She trying to rush out. Nah, you know what? You don't even know what you were talking about. And she kind of brushed it to the side, and she was like, "Come on, Jada, let's go. Like, let's go." And in my head, y'all, I remember just shutting down. Like in my head, I'm just shutting down because it was just like that was it. That was a sign that I needed. This was the indication. It's wraps. Me and this girl, this is done. Like it's wraps. And one thing about me, y'all, I'm a Taurus. So when things are wraps, they're wraps. Like this was it. It was like, y'all know that Mariah Carey song, "It's a wrap for you, bet." That was playing in my head. I'm like, it's a wrap. But I'm quiet. I'm so quiet. Like I'm not saying anything to her. I even get in the car with her. Like I even take her to the next place, y'all. Because in my mind, I'm like, this is the last time this girl gonna hear from me. I've been taking nothing but disrespect from her. I show her nothing but love. You know, I've been hearing a lot of stuff about you. You've been treating me crazy. And you got the nerve to talk about me, not only to other people, but you talking about me in front of your mother when you know that I pull up and I be with you all the time. Your mama see me all the time. Like you. So yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I think she thought that was like, I didn't really pay attention to what her mama said. I think she really thought that was like she just, you know, she kind of was making it seem like it wasn't that big of a deal, because I ain't hear her try to explain herself or try to like follow up with what her mama was saying or nothing. She just kind of let it roll off. And I'm just like, little does she know, when I dropped her off, which was another nice thing that I didn't have to do, but I knew silence. One thing about me, baby, I'm gonna kill you with this silence. I already knew what I was gonna do. It was already a wrap. So I ended up taking her to the place. She's talking to me, venting, and I'm just driving. I'm just like, I'm not saying nothing. I'm quiet because I'm like, yeah, this is it. Like, first of all, I'm hurt. I'm super hurt because she don't know like how much stuff I've been keeping in and how much benefit of the doubt I was giving her. And hearing that was devastating to me because it's like, I really gave you the benefit of the doubt, but here we are. So she just, so we end up pulling up to the next spot. So I drop her off. She like, "Oh, you're not coming?" I'm like, "No, I'm good." I'm like, "No, I want to go home." So she like, "Okay." I drop her off. Y'all, that was the last time I talked to her. The last time, I promise you. Like, she could not get through to me, like, at all. She called, I blocked her. She was messaging me, blocked her. Like, it was silence, nothing. She never heard anything. To this day, y'all, she never heard anything from me from that night. And I really don't even think she knows. That's why I never followed up with her. Like I say, y'all, I am retired from being passive aggressive. But it was so old that I'm like, I'm not finna rehash and tell her anything or the reason. I just let it be. But I should have told her straight up like what it was. I should have let her know, like, girl, this is what's been going on. I've been hearing nothing but bad things that you've been doing to me. You've been doing me dirty, and I did nothing but show you love. Like, I should have just gave it to her and let her know, because she's a victim. So she thinking that people doing stuff towards her. She probably think I was acting weird towards her. Like, no, girl, like, you don't even see yourself, y'all. But come to the last part 3, so I can tell you how she showed her even more after I caught her and I let her know. So come to part 3. Story time on how I realized that my best friend hated me the entire time we were friends. Part 3, final part. Okay, y'all. So after I cut her off, haven't talked to her, like left her, literally ghosted her, and I heard what her mom said. It was wraps for me. I had no interest on being friends with her and talking to her. But let me tell y'all how she showed her A. So this girl, because she couldn't get through to me, she started resorting to social media. Narcissist textbook, duh. Like, this is stuff that could have been calculated, but show you how lame people is too. Like, what? But she get on social media, she get on Snapchat, and she starts calling out my full name, Jada, and my last name, you. And she starts ranting about me, y'all, like full-blown blast. First of all, she knows that we have mutual friends. She knows that I pretty much follow the same people she follow. So you putting everybody in our business, for one, which I didn't do, and I had a right to. And it's like, it was just like, whatever. Like, at this point, this girl not surprising me, because it's like, you did that, you're not surprising me. You just, But anyway, she on there, she like, that's why don't nobody like you. You bougie as. That bougie word, y'all, I don't know. I guess I was just so bougie. Like, anyways, she like, That's why nobody don't like you. Nobody likes being around you, bougie. She's trying to put me down. And it's like, I ignore her again. I'm like, girl, I remember watching it at work. Like, girl, okay. Like, and you're still not getting a reaction out of me. You haven't heard. She still hasn't heard from me. Still ignore her. I'm just like, I'm done. And you doing all this just really shows your character. Like, you showing your, for real. Like, for real, for real. So I'm like, I ain't saying nothing. I'm gonna let it ride. So she started doing other stuff, psychotic stuff, like popping up at mutual friends' houses that she knew I was at just to see me. And she did it at one time. She walked up to me. She was like, hey, Jada. And I'm just like, I ignore her. Like, I act like she wasn't there. I didn't say anything back to her. I'm just looking at her because you're crazy. But I know why she's losing her mind, because she just lost the realest friend she ever had. Like, girl, you know what kind of friendship we had. You know we was locked in. You know that I loved you. So I'm not perfect, but she know that I was her real friend. She know that I loved her. Period. She know that I'll be there for her through thick and thin, you know, right or wrong. And even, I mean, of course, like I told y'all, them times where I set a boundary to her, that still should have been a healthy situation and healthy love. But anyways, she know my body. So I ended up just like, and she ended up leaving because after she was so crazy, y'all. She did a lot, but I straight up was just looking at her like, you're not getting a reaction out of me. I'm done. You're not getting an explanation or reaction. So whatever, that was one point too. And then it just came to a point where she ended up just having to accept it because she wasn't getting no reaction out of me. So we just never were friends again. And thank God, because but I was grieving. Like, I was really, really grieving that friendship. That's a thing. Grieving friendships. I was grieving because it's like I just lost my best friend of 5 years for her technically not liking me, totally turning on me, not even expressing to me the changes that she didn't like about. I don't know. I just feel like you, at this point, you just didn't like my character. Like, you just didn't like me, or you was just a user and a master manipulator. And yeah, she was a narcissist, and I'm glad that God broke me away from that friendship. But that really messed me up. It quite frankly traumatized me, because it's like, how can you love somebody so much and you're willing to get the shirt off your back for somebody, and they treat you like that? That's very, 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 very traumatizing, and people don't talk about it enough, because I had to really heal, and I didn't have a healthy friendship with a female in a while, a woman in a while. So I had to really get myself together and realize, hey, everybody's not like that. Everybody doesn't have ulterior motives. That was just her. And I had to heal. Now I have wonderful friends now. They would never do nothing like that. I mean, I still, unfortunately, don't put nothing past nobody, but I have better discernment. But if you're dealing with something similar, or you have went through something similar, I'm just letting you know you're seen, and you're not the only one that dealt with such craziness. And I hope that you heal from it, and I hope that you didn't let it take away the goodness of who you are for someone else that can really actually be your soulmate friend. And if you're dealing with it currently, cut them off. Do not tolerate bad behavior or bad treatment to your friends. Don't do it. I don't care, best friend, whatever. She's giving you signs that she don't like you, or she could be a friend of me. That's dangerous nowadays. Let it go, because you don't know to what extent these people will go. It's devils everywhere, and you don't want to be caught up in that. So speak up for yourself. Let them know, and that will tell you everything that you need to know. So I love y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this story time and the glam period. See y'all.